It's Distinction! Good evening, 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 good evening! And welcome to Game Night on Thursday the 5th of February. It has just gone 8:05. I hope you are all doing well and having a wonderful week. And look at this little guy who is breaking my green screen by pushing his way through. Aren't you? You just can't take it when I talk to other people, can you? No. No, you can't. You're going to come up and see everyone. Why don't you go on the co-host stool, Dexter? And wouldn't that be jolly and charming? Come on. Can you come up here? Come on. You go. Come on. Come on. Oh, goodness me. He tried. There he is. Now, onto the co-host stool. No? just going to sit here, are you? There you go. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to game night. And my name is Dexter. I have got human hands. But everything is fine. Oh, okay. Oh, it was me. It was me all along. Ha-ha! Right, you get down. If you're going to be on this side of the green screen, then this is where you're going to stay, because otherwise you're going to ruin it, because you're soggy from your walk, and also it doesn't bend like that. So you just settle down there and be a good boy, won't you? Yes. Sorry, that's just me talking to my dog for the most of the stream tonight. Hello, everyone. How you doing? Welcome on into game night. It is Distinction that we have got up first tonight, courtesy of Proogs. Many thanks to him and to Toot for proofing it as well. Let me say hello to you all. Who have we got here tonight? Good evening to Lewis and SJ, Stilgar and Matt the Ref, JR and Lupine, B and TVP, Viator, Colin, Unfets, Brisbane, Oni, BC, Arun, Stimpson, Samster, Shaname, Flyboy, Topper, AB Me, and anyone else who is lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat. You are all most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining me for what promises to be a super fun double bill of trivia tonight. Starting with this, Distinction, as written by Proogs and proofed by Toot. Coming up a little bit later on, we have got Red Herrings, written by Arun and proofed by JR. So I do hope you'll stick around for all the quiz action, lighter, friendlier, fun sort of games tonight, there's no elimination tonight, which is nice. No one's getting eliminated, unless you count the final of Distinction. It's not really an elimination, because you still get to play. So that's all very exciting. Anyway, things to tell you. Join the Discord, Universal Controller, room code, don't Google the answers, and suggest a raid message. Those are all of the things. Those are all things you can do. Oh, my knee. So I took my car for its MOT yesterday. Was it yesterday or Tuesday? One of them, I can't even remember. I think it was yesterday. And by chance, the garage is about 5 kilometers away from where I live, so I drove it there. And then I ran back, and I got a lift with a mate to go pick it up in the evening. But yeah, I ran back, and my knee is not getting any better, so I was resting it. And then I thought, well, it's not getting any better, so I might as well carry on running. So having not run for 3 months, I've gone out twice. And yeah, my knee hurts a lot. So it's like, I should probably see someone about that. I'll have to go see a physio or something. Anyway, I went back and they said, yeah, service and MOT, that's about 350 quid, which wasn't too bad. Oh, also, you've got a nail in the back tyre, which I thought kind of knew about. So that's another 150 quid. Oh, yeah, and your front discs and pads need doing, so that'll be 450. I said, do they really need doing? So, well, it's not going to pass the MOT without it. I was like, okay. So that cost me the better part of £1,000 yesterday, as it does every year, but cars, expensive things, aren't they? Right. So yes, that was my exciting Wednesday. Yeah, I'm going to give you 30 seconds, and then we're going to get this game of Distinction underway. So I've not approved or written anything for tonight's stream, so it's yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what questions we've got. We've got a slightly slimmed down lobby, but there is room for more players. If you want to join midway through when the code appears, you are very welcome to come and join the game. So yes, do come along. I'll explain the rules for each of the rounds in just a mo. Starting of course with round number 1, because that's where we're starting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 is what I count in the lobby. Right, I think that's long enough. Let's play Distinction. Okie dokie, we've got a 9 and a 9 and an 11 to start us off tonight. And in this round, you need to tell me the 29 answers that cover the 3 criterion that you'll be given at the top of each board. You can tell me up to 3 answers, and you can take them from anywhere. You can take 1 from each, or you can go 2 from one and 1 from another, or all 3 from the same one if you like. The key point is that only the first player to identify each answer will get points for it. There are some pity points if you come within spitting distance of the first player, but mainly you want to be the first. So get typing, be fast and be furious to try and get those answers in. You've got a minute on the clock to identify up to 3. And lots of points available if you get them. These are exhaustive boards, so only if the answer is correct, it will appear on the board. Hopefully that makes sense. Good luck to you all. Fingers on devices. And for this opening round, we are looking for An Andrew Lloyd Webber musical that had its London premiere after 1990, an official current member of the bands Blur or Oasis, and an official language of Luxembourg, Switzerland, Belgium, Belarus, or New Zealand. Okay, 15 seconds gone. Keep pressing, guessing. Well, I should mention there's one bonus on each board as well. So that'll go blue if and when you find it. Looks like answer number 1 over on the right-hand side would be the bonus. Not yet cleared a board, so 4... Oh, okay, there's no bonus on that board, apparently. That bug is still there, evidently. Dev, you'll get the payload in when the start of the next round. You don't need to keep revalidating your account. 3 answers left in the middle. 5 answers still to find on the right. 2 to go in the middle. And just 1 more. Where are the bonuses? Yeah, I was expecting a bonus as well. The last few seconds. And that is time up. Yeah, I don't know where the bonuses have gone. There's obviously still a bug that I haven't fixed. Yeah, sorry, Dev, I just saw you try to revalidate twice. This is around where you don't get the payload until the end of the question. So you've done jolly well there. You've found all of the languages, all of the members of Blur/Oasis, and all but 5. Well, I say all but 5. You found not quite half of the Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals, but well done for those you did find. Let's take a look at the missing answers. Sunset Boulevard, Whistle Down the Wind, The Woman in White, The Wizard of Oz, and Stephen Ward, which is a 2013 musical, first performed at the Old Witch Theatre about the Profumo affair. So there we go. A lot of these coming out of well, at least 2 of them at the Old Witch Theatre, including Whistle Down the Wind in 1996. Yeah, so you've got you found all of the members of Blur and Oasis, so very well done there. And as to the languages, Luxembourgish, French, German, Italian, Romansh, slightly more rarefied one, well done, topper there. Dutch, Belarusian, Russian, English, Maori, and New Zealand Sign Language, which is a slightly rarefied one, but it will do the job. It is an official language of New Zealand, so very well done indeed. That's about all there is to report on that. Let's go to the VR headset of news and check out the scores at the end of round 1. Devon's score, welcome to the stream. Shadow Cola, JR and Eyeside not managing to get any points there, but still plenty of rounds to go. We've got Distinct Wolf, Dev, Brisbane also not managing to get any, though Dev, I don't think, got the initial payload. Simpsons Angle, Ralph and Fetz on 5. AB Me on 15, Colin and B on 20, Flyboy 30, Matt on 40, Bruh on 45. And into our top 6 at the end of that round. Nando's on 50. We've got a 4-way tie in second. Winner, Viator, John Robbins, and Ben all with 60, obviously all finding 3 answers. And Sam has the lead because obviously getting some pity points for being within spitting distance. He takes an early lead with 70. Okay, opportunity for you to come and join the lobby if you didn't get in at the start. GNLP is the room code, and the universal controller is right there. It's going to give you a couple of seconds, because I did start somewhat punctually tonight. Anyone's going to pop on down the stairs. I see a couple of accounts getting refreshed there. No one else come to join? Okay, if not, we will play on to round number 2. Round 2, 3 boards in this round and a variety of answers on each. The objective here is to say the rarest answer. Finding a correct answer is generally fairly straightforward on these boards. However, you've got to be rarest. If you give me any correct answer, you will get points for it. However, if you are the rarest answer, give the rarest answer, i.e. the fewest number of people say the answer that you give, you maximise the points. If you give the rarest answer, it's worth 60 on this board. Most common answer is worth 10, but it does have to be correct, of course. There's 6 answers available. You've got 30 seconds to name just one answer. So finding a correct answer is fairly straightforward, but finding the rarest answer may be a bit trickier. So do be thinking, what is everyone else going to say? And then say something different. Yes, the room code is right there. Epic Galley, GNLP. Do come and join. This one only shows the code in between rounds, typically, because of reasons of crashing things, but it shouldn't do it now if you join before I press the start button. There you go. Welcome on into the game. We'll hear a boing. There we go. Welcome on in, Epic Galley. Let's go to our first board. Just one answer, 30 seconds, to tell me a quark. Do not include the anti-quarks. There are 6 to choose from. And TVP, welcome to the game. Raf and Colin and Aiden answer, and that is time up, so that will automatically be marked as wrong. Let's take a look and see if you covered... Well, first of all, let's see who was wrong. No answer, cheese. No answer, left hand, upper, positron, gluon, and Jimmy. I'm afraid all of those are incorrect. The closest there is Shadowmane's upper, but unfortunately it's not quite right for reasons that will become clear in just a moment. So all of those are incorrect. Now let's see if you covered all 6 answers. No, not quite. And we've got a couple of ties here. So let's go through 30 points each. And there's a tie here. 4 players getting 30 points for Charm. JR, Cola, Ralph, and Winner 1. And 4 players also getting 30 points for Up, ABME, Stimson's Angle, Brew, and Ben. 3 players each getting 40 points for Top. John Robbins, Fetz, and Nando. Disappointing Top has not gone for Top, but there we go. And there's 60 points for the 4 players, with 2 players going for each of Strange for Viator and Brisbane, and 2 players going for Down, Sam and Eyeside, for 60 points. The one answer that you missed there was Bottom, which is a very funny word. Bad luck on missing that one out, and well done most players on getting some points. There's no bottoms in chat, and Epic Galley, welcome on in as well. Let's clear that board and go on to our next one. Another 6 answers on this board. Again, 30 seconds to tell me the rarest answer you can think of. If in doubt, just go for an obvious answer if you can think of any. Right. Fingers on devices, 30 seconds. We're looking for the name of a book of the Bible containing a letter B. Tadaru, welcome to the stream. And Dev, that answer just sneaking in time. Colin and Nando out of time, I'm afraid. Now, there's 2 answers that I saw that I need to condone, and 1 answer that I sadly cannot condone. Let's just take a look at the wrong answers. John Robbins, I'm going to condone that. It's not quite got through the spell checker. That's the one. And Flyboy the same. There we go. Unfortunately, Deluxe Edition B, I cannot accept. That is not a book of the Bible. But well done, everybody else. You have managed to get some points. Let's see if you covered all 6 answers. You did indeed. Now let's go through them. We've got a couple of ties here as well, but we've got 10 players getting 10 points. For Job, Viator, Stimpson, JR, Ref, Cola, Winner, Eyeside, Brisbane, Ben, and Dev. Yes, pronounced Job, about a guy who suffers extreme suffering. Indeed, he does, the Book of Job. So how God tests us, allegedly. Well done, if you said Job. 5 players getting 20 points for Numbers. A, B, Me, B, Distinct Wolf, Ralph, and Marcini. 5th Book of the Bible, or the Pentateuch, which is the old Jewish Torah, I believe, the Pentateuch. But yes, the Book of Numbers, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, of course, being the first 5. 4th book of the Bible. My notes are incorrect. Yes, it's the 4th book of the Bible, not the 5th. The 5th is Deuteronomy. Well done, if you said Numbers. Now we've got some ties here. 2 players getting 40 points for Hebrews, Fetz and Sam. Well done indeed. The only New Testament book with a Oh, the only New Testament book with a B in the title. Yes, because that's in the one of the epistles of St. Paul, to Paul's letter to the Hebrews. And another 40 points for the two players. They were the two who got condoned, actually. John Robbins and Flyboy saying Habakkuk. Another Old Testament prophet with too many K's in his name. Yes, the book of Habakkuk. It's from where we get the text, "For lo, I raise up," which is a music setting that was set by Charles Villiers Stanford, I recently conducted in Chichester Cathedral. Amazing piece of music, quite terrifying sentiment. I recommend you look it up after the quiz, the Book of Habakkuk. And very well done to the 1 point distinct answers. We did cover all answers. 1 player and 60 points. For Brew, for Proverbs, traditionally ascribed to King Solomon. And 1 player getting 60 points. Well done, Shadowmain, for Obadiah, a biblical prophet. Very well done for those answers there. Most players getting some points. Let's clear that board and go to our final puzzle of the round. Just 5 answers here. Again, you're looking for the rarest answer that you can think of, that you think no one else is going to say. I quite enjoyed this question, so let's see what you make of it. 30 seconds, and we're looking for a non-human main character in the film Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2014, if that makes a difference. A non-human main character. Okay, there's going to be some upset here. I think possibly this question should have been should maybe have been phrased to say the non-human protagonist. I should say, rather than main character. Main character does leave a little open to interpretation, and there's a couple of players I can see here who are going to be a little bit disappointed. My apologies to you. But let's take a look at the wrong answers. Casey Jones, I don't know, but Bebop, I know, is a bad guy. I think Casey Jones might be. Casey Jones is as well. I don't know if they're in that film, incidentally, or if they're just general comic book characters, but Casey Jones, Bebop, Krang. Look at Krang. Again, comic book character, don't know if they're in the 2014 film. Pass. Ninja Turtle isn't enough on its own, I'm afraid. And Shredder is a human, I believe, so that wouldn't count either way. The one I am going to condone there is the spelling error there. Just give me a mo. That's what we want. That is correct. So Bebop, Shredder, Casey Jones, Krang, no answer past the Ninja Turtle. I'm afraid I cannot condone. Human frenemy. I've not watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles since I was about 6, to be honest. And I've certainly not seen the 2014 film. But those are the scores on the door. So with the 5 answers up there, I was hoping you might have been able to work out where we were going with that. Let's calculate the points and see if you covered everything. You did indeed. 6 players getting 10 points for Splinter, Colin, JR, Distinct Wolf, Ralph, Shadowmain, and Flyboy. Yes, Master Splinter, the mutant rat sensei and adoptive father of the Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles in the UK, because we didn't want our children to take up violence or something. Very well done. 3 players getting 40 points for Raphael, John Robbins, Distinct Ref, and Brisbane. Nickname Raph, or Rafe possibly, is the most aggressive and temperamental of the turtles. And he has a sword, I want to say. Also 3 players going for Donatello for 40 points. He was my favourite growing up. Viator, Fetz, and Cola. Yes, nicknamed Donnie, is the smartest and gentlest of the turtles. I think he had a stick. He had a stick, a long stick of some sort. But we've also got 3 players getting 40 points for Leonardo. A.B. Me, Simpsons angler Nando, nicknamed Leo, is the leader of the Ninja Turtles as well as the most disciplined and skilled. I think he had the sword, actually. And 2 players getting 50 points. Winner and Ben for Michelangelo, nickname Mikey, is the least disciplined and most fun-loving turtle, and he's got the kendo sticks, I think. Don't quote me on that. I've absolutely no idea to say. I've got a hoodie with the turtles on. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Alvin, Simon, Theodore, do. Nando and Toot, welcome to the stream. So, yes, there we go. Those are the answers we had. Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Master Splinter. Well done if you've got any of those at home. That's the end of round 2. Let's go to the VR headset of news and check out the scores. Nunchucks, that's what I was thinking. Not kendo sticks, nunchucks. Okay, scores on the doors as they are. Gally is yet to score. Dev has 10. Marcini's got 20. Colin and Distinct Wolf on 30. B is on 40. JR has 50, Ralph has 65, Shadowmane and Eyeside on 70, Flyboy and Cola on 80, Simpsons Angle on 85, Distinct Ref on 90, AB Me's got 105, Brisbane 110, Fetz 125, Nando 130, and to our top 6. Bruh on 135, Winner and Ben tied on 150, Sam and Viator tied on 170, but out in front at the moment with a score of 180, it's John Robbins. So one more round before the final, last opportunity to get some points. And remember, top 3 players are going to make their way into the distinction final. I'm going to look at some raid messages. Don't forget you can suggest your raid messages. If you something amusing happens over the course of the stream, you can... yeah, it's just me staying on time. Normally we haven't even started at this point, Nando, have we? You thought it was a doggo, but it was me, Ben. Indeed so. Fat bottom quarks is quite funny. Bottomless quiz. Cool. There's a couple that we've got. Right. Time for the final round. Before the final round. Final round before the final round. Okay, so in this round, very similar to round 1, except the answers are not exhaustive. There may be more correct answers than have been given on the boards here. However, you've got to slightly get inside Proogs' head to figure out which ones he is going for. 10 answers on each board. There should be 1 bonus on each board, but there wasn't in the first round for reasons unknown. So hopefully if you can find those bonuses, they're worth 60 points if you can find them. 40 points if you're the first player to find the answer. You can give me up to 3, and you've got 60 seconds. Very best of luck to you all. 60 seconds on the clock, please. And I would like to know a track from the soundtrack to the Bohemian Rhapsody film released in 2018. A bone of the body as quoted in the song Dem Bones, Dem Dry Bones. And a Roman emperor known by a mononym pre-AD 300. There's a bonus for Caligula for Ben. Well played there. Keep pressing and guessing. And another bonus for Killer Queen and Simpsons Angle over there. 30 seconds to go. We've got about half the answers, and you've got about half the time left. Keep pressing and guessing. Okay, three more Roman emperors. 1 more bone. And there it is. It's the foot bone, and there's a bonus for it as well. 2 more Queen tracks. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is time up. No more answers coming into the grace time. So we've gone from having no bonuses in the last board to having 3 of them all in slot number 2. I mean, what are the odds of that? Very, very small, I shouldn't wonder. Anyway, jolly well done if you've found any of the answers up there. 5 missing answers. Let's just take a look at what you were missing. In the Queen songs... Crazy Little Thing Called Love and The Show Must Go On is what we're missing there. Note here from Proogs is saying, let's be honest, this is basically asking for a list of Queen's greatest hits. It is pretty much that. You did cover all of the bones in Dem Bones. There are various versions of this folk tune, but a list I have seems to be fairly universally agreed upon. The toe bone's connected to the foot bone's connected to the heel bone. You can do the rest yourself, you know how it goes. As you Roman emperors, you missed out Galba, Vespasian, and Trajan. I must say Trajan is one I've not heard of. But Tiberius, 14 to 37. Caligula, murdered in a conspiracy involving the Praetorian Guard and senators. Claudius, probably poisoned by his wife Agrippina. Nero liked pirating CDs. Very good. Galba was one of the year of the 4 emperors. 15th of January 16 to April. 15th of Jan to the 16th of April. 69 AD. Nice. And then Vespasian 69 to 79, Titus 79 to 81, Nerva 96 to 98. Trajan was the first non-Italian emperor, and of course Commodus, perhaps best known for being played by Joaquin Phoenix in the film Gladiator. I don't know if it was the same Commodus or not, but that is the name of the emperor in Gladiator. Good quiz question, actually. That was the name of the Roman emperor played by Joaquin Phoenix in the film Gladiator. And I've just told you the answer, so I can't use that now. Never mind. What a shame.
What a shame.
Anyway, that's the end of the round. Let's go to the VR headset of news and check out the scores ahead of the final. Galley yet to score, Dev on 10, Marcini 20, Colin and Distinct Wolf on 30, B on 15. Not a huge amount of change at the bottom there. Eyeside with 70, Ralph with 70, Cola with 80, JR with 90, Matt with 95, ABME with 110. Shadowmane with 150, Fetch with 170, Winner and Stimpson's Angle with 190, Flyboy with 200, Sam with 210. And to our top 6, Brisbane with 215, John Robbins with 220, Nando with 250. But we have, I think, an all-new top 3 here. Ben and Brew, both with 255, going to the final. But they're trailing Viator, who's got a massive 290. And just looking back at those answers, Viator James clearly knows their Queen stuff. There's 3 Queen answers coming in relatively quick succession there in round 3, which seems to have secured you your place in the final. So very well done. Now, if you are not in the final, don't panic, because you've still got a very important job to do, because you're going to set the bar, if you will, for our 3 finalists. And yeah, you could potentially make their job a lot harder. Let's go to the final and explain the rules. Viator with 290, Brew with 255, and Ben with 255. How this is going to work for our non-finalists. You're going to be given 1 minute to name up to 5 answers to a question that I'm going to present to you. Once you've answered, we're going to go down the line from left to right, then right to left of our finalists, and our finalists have to answer the same question. But for every player in the audience game who said the answer, they will lose 5 points, up to a maximum of 100. If they give me a wrong answer, they lose 100 points as well. And if nobody in the audience says the answer that they give... Oh, Dexter, no, don't do that. If nobody in the audience says the answer they give, then they keep their score. They'll each give 2 answers, going left to right and then right to left. And whoever's got the highest score at the end will be the winner. Simple as that. So, audience game, first of all. Fingers... So, yeah, kind of pointless, but not. Fingers on devices, if you please. And you've got 1 minute to tell me a person on QI that has appeared 10 or more times as a guest, excluding Alan Davis. So Alan Davis will not be a correct answer. So name as many as you can. Obviously, the rarer the answer, the more points it's worth. So try and get me some of those rarer answers in the audience. Talking as a guest, not including hosts, by the way. Guests. Just to clarify. Not going to tell him, I'm not going to give away any answers, but... Okay, you've got just under 30 seconds to go. Collins found 5, well done there. First player to do so. Any more for any more? Simpsons Angles found 5. And Arun and Fetz and Sam and Topper have all found 5. And 3, 2, 1. And that is time. Okie dokie. So, a total of 54 answers have been played. Oh, but before that, here's a message from our sponsor, G. Eisens.
Good afternoon. How was the offline hype train? HUD 601 Smug.
Yeah, thank you very much for the 61 months there, G. Eisens. It was very amusing, was the offline hype train. I was doing OQL at the time, and I had OBS open, because that's how I captured my webcam. And then HUD, because they used the lottery machine for his random acts of kindness last night, so it gave me a shout out. Then everyone started following me, and then they started a hype train while I was offline. I had to close OBS. It was very, 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 very funny. No answers in the chat, please, B, because the question is still live. If the moderator could get that away, that would be very kind. Yes, the question is still live, so we don't want any spoilers in the chat. Thank you very much, Ash. No worries. It happens to us all. But yes, the question is still live. Our finalists have not yet played. So let's keep the answers out of the chat. So, Viator, we'll start with you. You need to give me one answer, and then you'll give me another answer in a minute. If it's wrong, you lose 100 points. If more than 20 people in our audience game said it, then you'll lose 100 points. For every person who did say it, you'll lose 5 points. You want to try and end up with the highest score. I can tell you, out of the 54 answers that have been played, there are 5 distinct answers. So there's 5 answers that nobody in our audience game mentioned. Let's see, and Giaz is welcome to the stream as well. Let's see how you get on as Viator. Can I have your first answer, please? Starting with Dara O'Brien. Dara O'Brien. Is that a correct answer? Yes, indeed. Dara O'Brien's had 14 appearances on QI. How many people said Dara O'Brien? Just the one. That's a very good start. You lose 5 points. Down to 285, still in the lead. Oni, coming to you next. First answer, please. Jimmy Carr, is that correct? Yes, Jimmy Carr has had, believe it or not, 44 appearances on QI. How many players said Jimmy Carr? 3 players said Jimmy Carr. Down to 240 and into third place. Coming to you, Ben. First answer, please. B. Oh. Can you just clarify who you mean there, Ben? Right, I thought so. Give me a moment. So I've got to do the thing. Oh, I got it right first time. If I press that button. Right. Is B a correct answer? Yes, it is. For some reason, that didn't get through the spell checker. I don't know if you put a space onto the S of it, at the end of it, or if just the surname on its own wasn't sufficient. Possible that was what was going on there. But yes, Aisling B's had 19 appearances. How many players said Aisling B? Just the 2. You lose 10 points for that one. You are currently in second place. Let's go for our second pass. Ben? Second answer, please. Jupitus. Jupitus. Is that a right answer? Yes, Phil Jupitus. 46 appearances on QI. How many players said Phil Jupitus? What have you? 6 players saying that, down to 30 points. So into third place, but both the other 2 players have still got to give an answer. So, Oni, second answer, please. Bill Bailey, won't you please come home, Bill Bailey. Yeah, 47 appearances, the most appearances of any guest outside of Alan Davis and hosts. 47 appearances for Bill Bailey. How many people said Bill Bailey? Oh, 5 players said Bill Bailey. You lose 25 points, and you are on the same as Ben, 215. Now, priority order goes to Oni over Ben, so it's all going to depend on what Viator says here as to whether Viator gets the gold or Oni gets the gold, and whether Ben gets the silver or Ben gets the bronze. It's all coming down to this final answer. So, Viator, can I have your second answer, please? Joe Lycett. Joe Lycett. More than 10 times? just more than 10 times. 11 appearances in total. That is a very brave answer to go for at this stage in the game, considering you only really just needed a correct answer. But very brave to go for an obscure one. How many people said Joe Lycett? Just the 2. You lose 10 points and you finish with 275. So at the end of all that, we don't find any distinct answers, but it's a bronze medal for Ben. It's a silver medal for Oni, but the winner with 275 is Vitor. Very well done indeed. Now, let's just take a look at the answers everyone else gave, because there were 2 distinct answers there. Let's take a quick look. Sandy Togsvig was the most popular, as obviously she's the host now, but she also was a guest before. She had, where is she, Sandy Togsvig? 16 before she took over as the host. Well done to the 9 players who said that for 12 points. Phil Jupiter, that we had earlier on. Do you want to go out? Go on then. Go to bed. Phil Jupitus, 6 players getting 14 points for Phil Jupitus. 5 getting 18 for Bill Bailey. 5 getting 18 for Joe Brand. 43 appearances for Joe Brand. 3 players getting 24 points for Jeremy Clarkson, who's been on it 14 times. 3 going for Jimmy Carr that we had earlier on, 24 points for Jimmy Carr. 3 going for Sarah Milliken for 24 points. She's had 12 appearances. 2 going for Aisling B for 36 points. I think B was probably not in the answers, but so yeah, but obviously you can keep typing things in the audience game, but that probably should have been there. But well done to the 2 who said that. 19 appearances for Aisling B. Sam and Ralph getting 36 points for David Mitchell, 33 appearances. 2 going for Joe Lycett, 36 points, as we mentioned earlier on, 11 appearances. 2 going for Johnny Vegas, 36 points, 14 appearances for Johnny Vegas. John Robinson winner going for Rich Hall for 36 points, 25 appearances for him. 36 points for Sue Perkins. She's had 15 appearances. 52 points, very well done, a run for Cariad Lloyd. I didn't know she'd been on it quite as much as that, but she's had 16 appearances as Cariad Lloyd. I like her very much. She's very funny. Clive Anderson, 52 points for Clive Anderson there. He's had 16 appearances. Dara O'Brien, just the 1 answer. That was Dev who gave Dara O'Brien. He's been on it 14 times. Sam going for Jason Manford for 52 points, 19 appearances for Jason Manford. Shadowman going for Josh Widdicombe. Josh Widdicombe has had... Where are you, Josh Widdicombe? I can't even see him. Where is he? Oh, there he is. 19. Wow, as many as 19. Rob Bryden. Shadowman, you are on form with this one. Rob Bryden's had 15 appearances. Sarah Pascoe has had 17 appearances. Sean Locke, the late, great Sean Locke, he had quite a few, 27 appearances for Sean Locke. And to our distinct answers, Holly Walsh, who for some reason is... Oh no, there she is. She's just not gone to the end. 18 appearances for Holly Walsh. She's another one of my favourites. John Sessions, he was an early one. He died somewhat recently, I think during COVID. Also very funny and very, very clever. 10 appearances for him. And the other distinct answer was Nish Kumar, who has had exactly 10 appearances. Well done if you said any of those at home. Oh, are there more to reveal? Oh, Ross Noble as well. Okay. Why has he not gone to the end of the list? Yeah, I said there was 5. He's had 20 appearances, and I guess there's one more. Susan Kalman, who's about the same size as Sandy Togsvig. 13 appearances for her. Well done if you said any of those at home. Oh, got through it. Right. Let's go to the VR headset of news one more time and check out the final scores of this game tonight. Dally, unfortunately, not managing to get any points. Distinct Wolf getting 30, Marcini 44, Eyesight 70, B 86, Distinct Ref 95. Dev 98, Cola 112, JR 134, Ralph 142, Colin 156, AB Me 194. Flyboy 212, Brisbane 215, Fets 278, Stimpson's Angle 300, Shadowmane 302, Nando 306. And to our top 6, Topper with 356, Sam with 364. It's a run who takes The bronze, the lobby medal with 392. The bronze goes to Ben with 470. The silver to Oni, also with 470. For the winner of 565. And our gold medalist tonight, it's Viator! Well done indeed, and very many thanks to Prudes for a lovely little pack of distinction right there. Thanks as well to Toot for proofing that. I hope you all had fun with that. I'm going to take a very quick break while the credits roll, and when we return, we'll be playing Red Herrings as written by Arun Aromatics. I do hope you'll join me for that. Even more game night coming up this Thursday night very shortly. I will see you after the break. Sorry, wrong button. You didn't want that noise. And game night will continue very, very shortly with Red Herrings by Arun. Take this opportunity to go stretch your legs, get some drinks and snacks, and pop to the loo if you need to. And we'll be back in about 5 minutes' time. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it is time for Red Herrings. KQZB is the code you need. Universal Controller is right there. Room code in the chat if you need it. Opportunity for me to do some continuity, tell you what's coming up. First of all, this coming Saturday, we have got the return of Google That, written by Hexengale, proofed by Lewis. We've got Plinko to break things up in the middle by BC, and we round things off with a game of The Abyss by Cola. That's this coming Saturday. I hope you'll join me for that. Next Thursday, we're going to have a mid-time game next Thursday. We've got Data Leap by Shadowmane to start things off. We've then got Bamboozle by Pokenuts and The Purge by Jogging. That's next Thursday, and that is to make up for the fact that the following Saturday, the 14th of February, there will be no stream. Anya and I are taking the opportunity to nip away for a slightly long weekend. Got an Airbnb over in Kent, sort of in my brother's direction, so we're going to go spend a few days with my brother and his wife and their little girl. So yeah, that should be lovely. So in the interim, please do come and join this game of Red Herrings. I'll leave this lobby open for a couple of minutes before we crack on with the game. Assuming people are still on break. I did give it 5 minutes at break time. Yes. Also, you should go and check out the Discord. You can go and check out your pennies at the website. What's BC? Is never a good sound. Good chat. Is something broken? Oh, there we go. A few have just come through in quick succession. There must be a solar flare or something tonight. Oh, really? Well, that's no good, is it? Might be a solar flare somewhere. Let me see if I can join. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, the view counter's doing strange things at the moment. Let's see if mine is. Oh, mine got straight in, so no, that Unity pop-up message is just a standard thing that happens sometimes with WebGL things. I do not know is the simple answer as to why it is being quite so sluggish tonight. But oh god, there's 2 bends in now, aren't there? Can't remove myself. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what, Tom. How about this? There you go. Fake B. Because apparently this is one of the games that truncates. 8 more for Ben 10. That would be good, wouldn't it? Extra Woolian, right? In fact, I forgot you can. This is one of the games that updates your name. It doesn't reorder the order though, so it's getting out of hand. Now there are 2 Bens. So if we go for oh, it's only alphanumeric characters. That's so rubbish. Who designs this shit? There you go. I'm now ignore. Right, I'm going to give you 30 more seconds, and then we're going to begin our game. So yeah, I hope everybody's keeping well. I am now ignore. I am the ignore. You must ignore me. Michael G. Chats Crap. Welcome to the stream. YLNQ, your verification code there. Welcome to the stream, first time chatter, and welcome to the game. Lovely to have you here. No, I am ignore. Ignore the host. Hope you're keeping well. Oh, is that Junior Woollyback? Yes, you fully ignore me. Most people do, most of the time anyway. Right, I said 30 seconds. That's been 30 seconds. Let's lock the lobby and begin the game. round 1 is called Red Herrings. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. 1 point for each correct answer. You lose 1 point for each incorrect answer. Bonus questions may appear. They're worth 3 points if they're correct, but they will cost you 3 points if they are incorrect. Extra bonus 2 points will be awarded if you give me a perfect round. Answers are never used more than once, and there's 4 red herrings on the grid, which will never be correct. So the round title is Red Herrings. And apparently those are the only instructions that I debug into my operator. 12 questions with 16 answers to choose from. What's not to love? Does it tell me that elsewhere? Well, let's find out. Here's your options. Oh, it tells me that. Right, Summer, Grace, Fox, Pound, Mouse, Apple, Bull, Mark, Horse, Lion, Orange, Chocolate, Green, Tiger, Sword, and White. No, I know you did, Arun. I know you did. It tells me in my notes here. 12 questions with 16 answers to choose from. Simple as that. Let's play fish. Good luck. Have fun. Here's question number 1. Starting with, most easterly of the D-Day landings beaches. And you lose a point for a wrong answer in this opening round, so you don't have to play. Sword was the most easterly beach. Sword is what we wanted there. Next question. Features in the name of a hymn written in 1772 by John Newton. That's Grace. Amazing Grace, to be precise. Well done if you got that. Do our next. TV channel that The Simpsons was first broadcast on. I'm not going to deny it's a sea of green, but it wouldn't have been a sea of green. Fox was the answer we wanted there. Well done if you got that. Here's a bonus question for you. First bonus question of the quiz. 3 points if you tell me this correctly. Minus 3 if you're wrong. Approximately 454 grams. That would be a pound. 454 grams. Next question. Singer who released the album Love to Love You Baby in 1975. I don't know if you got this. Summer was the answer. Donna Summer, to be precise. Another bonus question. Plus 3 for right, minus 3 for wrong. Take a look at this. Character played by Jennifer Aniston in the US series Friends. 3 points if you're right. Green. Rachel Green is the answer there. Next question. Colour of the topmost band of the flag of India. That is orange. Orange is the colour of the topmost band of the flag of India. Next, the Minotaur had the body of a man and the head of this animal. Body of a man and the head of a bull is what we were after there. And another bonus coming in. 3 points if you're right, minus 3 if you're wrong. Author of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime for 3 points. That's Mark, the forename of the author. Mark Haddon is the name of the author. Well done if you got that. Here's another one. British record label founded in 1968. That would be Apple Records, the founders of the Beatles, of whom you may have heard. Penultimate question of the round, subject of a 1785 Robert Burns poem. And if you got this one, slightly tricky one here. To a Mouse is the name of the poem. Mouse is what we wanted. And our final question, animal associated with Leicester's Rugby Union Club. That is the tiger, the Leicester Tigers. And let's take a look at the red herrings there. Horse, lion, chocolate, and white were the red herrings. It looks like a perfect round for Sam and Toot. They're going to get a bonus 2 points, and that is the end of round 1. Sam and Toot off to a very strong start with 20 points apiece. Ben and Ralph both with 14, and Stimpsons and Viator in third with 13. Still got 3 rounds to go though. White chocolate was apparently that was a red herring. So, well done. If you got some points there, everyone's in positive figures at least, which is very nice to see. Let's play on round 2. Round 2 is called Red Herrings. Answer the 12 questions using the options available. Answer faster to earn more points in this round. If you answer in the first 5 seconds, you get 3 points. The next 5 seconds are worth 2, and the final 5 seconds are worth 1. Answering incorrectly will freeze you out of the following questions. So not only do you not get points for the question you're attempting, but you also don't get any points for the following question because you're frozen out. Bonus questions may appear, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points if correct. There's no speed element for bonus questions. And I'll give you 3 extra points if you can get a perfect round. As before, answers are not used more than once. There are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. So 16 answers. Let's take a look at them. Green, chocolate, lion, orange, pound, white, grace, mark, bull, horse, apple, tiger, sword, mouse, summer, and fox. Another 12 questions with 16 answers to choose from. What's not to love? Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. 15th colour listed as a colour on Joseph's amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Well done if you got this. Red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve. I don't have that written down. I just know. 5 points flat rate. Orange if you're frozen out. Here's your next question. Egyptian unit of currency. Cream and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and grey and pink and white and purple and orange and blue for those of you who wanted the rest of them. That's the pound. The pound, which is doing well against the dollar or something. Something stock market. Stimson, Devon, Brisbane B, you're frozen out. Next question. Became Secretary of State for International Trade in 2016. Fox. Dr. Liam Fox. That's the correct answer. Another bonus question. They're coming thick and fast this round. Orange if you're frozen out. 5 points flat rate if you tell me the correct answer to this. Popular nickname of the Progressive Party, Blank Moose. For a bonus. Bull Moose is what we wanted there. Well done if you got that for 5 points. Fly Boy frozen out. Here's another question. Food critic announced as a new host of MasterChef in 2025. That's Grace. Grace Dent is the name of the new MasterChef host. Goodness me, here's a third bonus for you. Shadowmain, you're frozen out. Flat rate of 5 if you can tell me the answer to this. REM album that includes the tracks Stand and Orange Crush. Green is the answer. Well done to the 5 players who got that one. Tricky question. Quite a few players frozen out here. Your next question. Longest river in South Africa. Orange. The Orange River, which is the colour you're about to go if you got that one wrong. Fetch still going red car, you're frozen out. Another question. Jazz and Granny Smith, for example. That's a little easier, isn't it? They're both apples. Very well done if you got that one. Next. The animal who came to tea in a 1968 children's book. Michael G chats crap, thank you very much for that follow. Or indeed, the animal who came for a pint in a spoof of that book by Sean Locke from a few years ago. It was The Tiger Who Came to Tea by Judith Kerr was the author. And to our next question. 1968 film starring Peter O'Toole as King Henry VII. It appears in the name of a film. Lion, that's The Lion in Winter is the name of the film we're after there. Penultimate question of the round. A music act that had a 1997 #1 single with Your Woman. White is the answer. White Town was the name of the actor there, who I must say I've not heard of. Well done if you got that. Final question of the round. Ruth Benedict work The Chrysanthemum and the What? Chrysanthemum and the Sword, which again is not one that I've heard of, but well then if you did get that, the red herrings, Mark, Horse, Mouse and Summer. And any perfect scores that time? Let's take a look. No, not that time. That's the end of round 2. But at the end of round 2, Toot's got the lead of 57. Sam in second with 48. Oni is in third with 46. Well, those answers all felt very familiar. I think we should play on to round number 3. Round number 3 is red. Answer the 9 questions using the options available and more points for each consecutive correct answer. So answering incorrectly will break your streak. If you abstain, it preserves your streak. So if you see one and you don't know, you can abstain, and it will keep the points that you've accumulated. But if you get one wrong, you have to start rebuilding from 1. No bonus questions this round, but I'll give you 5 points if you can get a perfect round. And as ever, answers are not used more than once. There are 3 red herrings hidden on the grid. These will never be correct. So, let's take a look at our options. Tr, we, gn, st, o, a, nk, s, he, gi, pt, and l. 9 questions with 12 answers to choose from, but only the first and last letters of each answer are shown. What's not to love? Let's see what you make of these. Good luck, have fun. Here's question number 1. Jogging, welcome to the stream. Winner of both the Open and US Open in 2000. Can you hark back to the previous round? Tr, as in tiger, as in Tiger Woods. Well done if you got that. Purple if you're on a streak. Next, part of the name of the two properties in classic London Monopoly. Part of the name of two properties in classic London Monopoly. You remember back to Whitechapel Road and Whitehall. Very well done if you got that one. Next one. Animal that is outside in the name of a 2010 song by the Rubber Bandits. Think back to the answers that came before. That's that one. Horse outside is what we wanted there. Evening, Proogs. If you've just joined now, you're probably not going to have fun with this round. Next, 2012 Nicki Minaj single. Welcome on in, Proogs. Hope you're keeping well, my dude. Pound, as in pound the alarm. Very well done if you got that. Next. Protagonist in film in which Rowan Atkinson voiced Zazu. Or indeed John Oliver voiced Zazu. Lion is the answer, as in The Lion King. Most players on a streak now. Here's the next one. Pen name of Samuel Clemens. Pen name of Samuel Clemens. MK as in Mark Twain. Well done if you got that. And penultimate question. 1999 film based on a 1996 Stephen King novel. GN as in green, as in The Green Mile, I believe. Next, Excalibur, for example. SD, as in sword. Unfortunately, Lottery Machine isn't up there. Final question of the round. Current royal house in the Netherlands. That's OE, as in orange, the House of Orange Nassau. Nassau? The red herrings there, AE, SR, and GE. And that is the end of round 3. Well, it's Toot still with the lead of 85. Sam in second with a very nice 69. And Oni's in third with 67. But yes, we have the same answers again. Tiger, white, green, sword, that one. And all the rest of them that I can't remember now because they're not in front of me. Oh, hello. Don't you abuse that power, JR. Yeah, fine. Oh, hang on. I appear to have lost connectivity. Let's reconnect with the host. No, let's go on to round number, the next one. 4. Press the button. There we go. Final round is R838. Find the 6 correct answers. And Clive, welcome to the stream. The 6 correct answers that fit the criteria. Submit a wrong answer. You'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. First player to find all 6 wins 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions win 5 points fewer than the previous player. We'll keep going until 10 players have found the correct answer, or we run out of time, whichever happens first. We'll gradually take the answers out as gameplay progresses, thus making it a little easier for you. Yeah, all will be well. So, 90 seconds on the clock. Hope you're all ready. Let's take a look at our options. If I scroll down. Yeah, let's take a look at the options. A5, W5, G5, M5, F3, B4, S5, P5, L4, G5, S6, M4, C9, H5, T5, O6. Good luck. Identify the animals. Seen a couple of 5s. I just want to click some buttons. So I shall. Oh, there's a first Souls. Jogging, and then Oni, then Shadowmaid. It's not P5. Brisbane's there now. Toot's now in as well. Oh, that's fun to click. Flyboy's got 6. It's not S. Stimpson's got there. AB Me's got there. BC's got there. It's not G. And Lupine gets there for 6 with 38 seconds left on the clock. That is the end of the game. Red Herrings there. A5, W5, G5. A5 is apple. W5 is white. G5 was Grace. S5 was sword. P5 was pound. M4 was Mark. O6 was orange. S6 was summer. G5 was green. C9 was chocolate, you animals. M5 for mouse. F3 for fox. B4 for bull. L4 for lion. H5 for horse. And T5 for tiger. Well, very well done if you managed to get those. And at the end of that, we've got some final scores. It appears Sam has been displaced from his perch, but finishes with a very nice 69, who's second place perch. Finishes with a very nice 69, but the bronze medal goes to Jogging with 90. Silver goes to Oni with 112, but your gold medalist and champion tonight, by the skin of his teeth with 115, it's Toots. Well, that was an enormous amount of fun for Red Herrings. A run, thank you very much indeed for a spectacular pack. Very, very clever pack. Very, very enjoyable to sit and watch that through. And minimal answers on my part. So yeah, really, really good stuff. And thank you to JR for going to the trouble of proofing it as well. That is just about all the quiz we've got time for tonight, friends. So I'm going to roll the credits, and then we will nip into the Thunderball draw before we wrap up the evening. Yeah, keeping things moving tonight. It's going to be done by 9:30. I actually get to go in. I don't know what I'm going to go do. I'll go and do something. But we'll find a raid target. We'll pick a raid message, and all will be well. Thank you once again to Arun and JR for writing and proofing, and I will see you for the Thunderball in just a moment. It's Thursday night. We are live from the Game Night Control Center, and it's time for the midweek Thunderball draw. GHQG. It's like GCHQ, but not. Come join. I want to join. I enjoyed the Thunderball last time. I will enjoy the Thunderball this time as well. Oh, ow. My knee, I think I'm going to book a physio. I'm going to do that. I might do it tomorrow. Manually. Oh, I can't go up to 42 on this one, can I? That's really annoying. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 2. Oh no, I only have 5. Oh, so that's fine. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23. And then the Thunderball is going to be... I really need a better monospace font. This one isn't brilliant, is it? 9. Let's go manual. Oh shit, I don't mean to go manual. Okay, well let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. Yay. Randomly, 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 and manually. Right, what Thunderballs have we got? 9, 6, 1, 2, 6, 9, 9, 9, 4. Oh, 9 would be nice. Let's go 7. Right, I've picked my Thunderball lines. I am not a font person, Colin, I couldn't possibly say, but I'm going to assume probably not. Right, 28 of you in the lobby. I'll give it once more around the loop. While we do that, I'm going to filter my raid messages. Okay. Got a couple of good raid messages. Might be that one, possibly. Okay, I think that's long enough. 28 of you in for the Thunderball draw this evening. Let's start the machine. And tonight we're using Guinevere and set of balls number 2. Quick reminder of what you could win if the fortunes favour you tonight. The Thunderball as number 9 would be a wholly marvellous thing. Because I've got the Thunderball down as 9 in 4 out of 10 lines. So, you know, that'd be nice. But, yeah. Let's see what we can do for you as we release those big money balls. And the blue balls of the Thunderball being dropped into Guinevere as she starts to rattle them all about. There they go. Best of luck to you all. Let's start the draw. And first out of Guinevere tonight, making up the first of our selection of 5 is number 10. The second appearance of that in the May Thunderball draw. We last saw it on Thursday, the 25th of September. A little while back now. And next up. No. Shall we try that again? Alas not. We'll give him a shake. Something will come to good, surely this time. There we go. We've managed to find number 12. Second appearance for that in the May Thunderball draw. Last appeared on Thursday, the 20th of November. Hashtag no. Okay, third ball out tonight. Is that one there? Number 5. First appearance for that in the May Thunderball draw. Ooh. I've got 2 lines with 5 and 10 on. Neither of which have 9 as the Thunderball. Let's see if the next one can help you out. Fourth ball out of the machine tonight. Is that one there? Number 27. Second appearance for that in the main Thunderbolt draw last appeared Thursday, the 4th of December. And one more for our main line. It's that one there, number 25. 4th appearance in the main Thunderbolt draw. Last appeared on Thursday, the 11th of December. A 7 would be nice. So I've got 5, 10, and 25 on one line. That's line number 10. So yeah, 7 would be good to go with that. 9 is good because I've got so many 9s. 1 or 6 would also be good. Let's start up the second machine. Sorry, you have absolutely no interest whatsoever in my Thunderball numbers. But yeah, a 1, a 6, or a 7, or a 9 would be fine. Reminder of the payouts for you. There they are. And apparently we're now using Excalibur instead of balls number 2. I thought that was not a thing, but apparently that is a thing that is a bug, so I must fix that. Let's release the Thunderballs! And in they go, the 14 Thunderballs. 14 red Thunderballs of the second machine. I hope fortune can smile upon you tonight. Good luck. Let's pick a Thunderball. We've got one. It's number 1. 3rd appearance as a Thunderball. Last appeared on Saturday, the 8th of November. Yeah. Thunderball and 2 numbers, and I've got 3 without the Thunderball. So let's go through those numbers once again, this time in ascending numerical order. Tonight, your winning line is number 5, number 10, number 12, number 25, number 27, and the Thunderball is number 1. That feels like it could be quite fortuitous for me. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that! 1,500 for 2 with the Thunderball, 1,000 for 3 without. That's to me. Pyro also getting 2 with the Thunderball for 1,500. Brisbane 3 without for 1,000. Matt 3 without. Woollyback 3 without. And a few others getting 1 with the Thunderball for 500 pennies. Big overall winners. Yay! Let's go. 2,500 for me across 2 lines. 1,750 for Pyro across 2 lines. Brisbane 1,500 across 2. Matt 1,500 across 3. Woollyback 1,500 across 3. Flyboy 1,250 across 3. Simpsons Angle 1,100 across 4. Well done to everyone. If the lottery has been favourable for you tonight, I hope you had fun. No, that's a banned word, Viator James. We don't use that word over here under any circumstances. I'm deadly serious. I know it's an acceptable thing in other communities and it's used as a meme. Here it has toxic connotations. We don't use it. You weren't to know, so you're new over here, but you won't use it again. Good. Thank you. Well done, everybody. If you got some pennies there, I'll roll the credits, do some continuity, raid, and then finish by 9:30. That feels very strange, but early night. I'll go soak my poorly knee, I think. Thanks for playing the Thunderball. I'll see you in a minute. And that is it for quiz for another Thursday. Yeah, Vitor, sorry to come down on you like a ton of bricks on that one. If you're new, you're not to know. But yes, that word has gotten some very toxic connotations around it in the past. So we just have a blanket ban on the use of that word, either as a joke or as a genuine suggestion that things might be in some way fixed in favour of any player. It's just the protocol of these parts. I hope you've all had fun. Thank you very much to this evening's writers. Very many thanks to a run for that pack of red herrings, and to Prudes for that pack of distinction, to JR and Toot as well, part of the proofing team who've helped to get them all in order. I hope you've had fun. It's been a short stream, but hopefully I've kept things snappy, but not at a not a breathlessly snappy pace. Some raid messages. Time for some suggestions. It doesn't bend like that by Stilgar. I thought it was Doggo, but it was me, Ben, by Brisbane. Or you thought it was Doggo, but it was me, Ben. Viator James, no bottoms. And in a similar vein from Todoro, fat bottomed quarks. And in a similar vein from BC, bottomless quiz. From Lupine, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, Alvin, Simon, Theodore. From Ardenfetz, feedback welcome, but not from Mike's. From Simpsons Angle, this is getting out of hand. Now there's two Bens. From JR, I am now Ignore. From AB Me, now I have become Ignored, Destroyer of Seas of Green. From Lupine, Stealth Reboot of Wogan's Total Recall. And I've got 4 favourites tonight, but I can only yet pick one. Shadowmane, Bible Cart B Deluxe Edition. Oni, Commodus was a bit shit. Oh, these are both very good. But Where Are You, Josh Widdicombe by AB Me gets the runner-up. And tonight's raid message goes to the B channel. Let British kids be ninjas. I like that. It sounds like a good episode title. That is going to be tonight's raid message. 250 pennies to you, the B channel. And you get to be immortalised on the website, and that becomes the episode title for the rest of time. So that's nice. And we're also going to go and say that over on HUD601's channel. You'll know HUD601. He's the guy who got his community to bully me while I was offline last night. So let's pop over to HUD601 and say, let British kids be ninjas. I think that is the thing we should be doing. I'm going to be back on Saturday night with Google That, Plinko and the Abyss. I do hope you can come and join me for that. Until then, you have been watching Game Night with me, Royal Flush. Be splendid and wonderful and marvellous and safe. And as always, take care. Peace out and good night.
Ghost trains. I spoke to